So, you want to know more about Booma San, huh? Well, you ain't going to get the whole story all at once, of course. Ain't nobody got time for that. But for all of you trolls and jerk faces out there participating in the doxing, this one is especially for all of you. Any power you thought you had by taunting me in comment sections and spreading pictures and information about who I am is about to be squashed. This is Booma San Exposed. After this one, you all can suck big fat farts. Get those lips ready, fools. And may you forever live with a bad case of the cooties. Let's begin. Drum roll, please. And here we go. I'm giving you a quick glimpse of my childhood for starters because almost everything about who we are as adults starts here. I was a pretty silly little guy out the gate. Overall, being a kid was great. I got into sports early and found I was pretty good at them. I also had a wild imagination and loved to draw and create. The only real problems I had at this time were at night. I struggled with nightmares and night terrors. I was so scared at night alone in my bed that I used to pull the covers over my head, only leaving a small opening to breathe. And then I wouldn't move a muscle for hours over the fear that the monsters would see I was there and attack. You know? Because the covers were really going to protect me from the things that go bump in the night. Anyway, I'm sure many of you know exactly what I'm talking about, so let's move on from here. But dang, sometimes I really miss being a kid.
Growing up is tough for everyone to varying degrees. Some have it much worse and some skate through an easier path, of course. For me, it was more of a first world problems kind of thing. But puberty was personally devastating, as it started much earlier for me than most of my classmates and close friends. When acne became a daily reflection, the ugliness of it all became a major psychological and emotional issue that turned the smiles of my childhood into the grimaces of early adulthood. I became overly self-conscious. I was already shy, but now I was starting to hate the person I visualized the world would see in me. When it really came down to it, I was starting to brutally hate myself. Alcohol introduced itself as my savior. It took away the fears and cares that I struggled with almost minute to minute. I loved it. I also started to gravitate towards hard rock and rap as I went from being teased over being a prep boy to becoming ever more complicated. I often heard people tell me, "You're weird." Yes, I was. And I still am, for that matter. Anyway, I still got mostly straight A's. I still excelled in sports. But I was also grunge, a party animal, a misfit, and when it really came down to it, I had no idea who I really was. Fast forwarding through much of what I've covered in past videos, alcohol went from being my savior to being the monster I feared while hiding under the covers as a child. So now that you know more about my early life, let's move on to more modern times and find out where this is ultimately heading.
What are you? I'm complicated.
Indeed, I am complicated. And yes, the D is for Dorian. There you go. My name originates from the book titled The Picture of Dorian Gray, written by Oscar Wilde and published in book form in 1891. The novel has been the subject of many adaptations to film and stage, and one of its most quoted lines is, "There is only one thing in the world worse than being talked about, and that is not being talked about." For those that are unfamiliar with this story, here's a trailer to the more recent film adaptation.
I've done dreadful things, monstrous things, and there will be a price. Do you remember when I first came to London?
You have the only two things worth having: looks and youth. The world is yours. I suggest we raise a little hell.
You're perfect.
This is not my true face. never age, never scar.
What are you?
I am what you made me.
What's your secret?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
How terrifying.
What's in there?
Give me the key! I have seen my soul. And there will be a price.
Pretty dark stuff, right? Well, the good news is that I am definitely not that character. I simply share the same name of this fictional, self-obsessed deviant who is willing to sell his soul for eternal youth while all of his aging and grotesque sins of indulgence appeared on his increasingly demonic portrait. In the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Dorian was invincible as long as the painting stayed safe. In the picture of Dorian Gray, Dorian's life was all about squeezing the most out of every temptation and every single morsel of sensation a godless life could lead to in a selfish world of complete self-absorption. I myself do not care to be talked about so narcissistically as depicted in Oscar Wilde's work on Dorian Gray. But this is Booma San Exposed, so you're getting the photographic proof that will now line up with what I've shared on this channel about myself for over a year. I've been willing to be vulnerable with you all, and even without a birth name or face in the flesh, I have shared more intimate details about my personal life than you'd ever truly get from the frauds and grifters that continue to captivate oh so many minds. So here we go to the next phase, the icebreaker video, done in my usual, strange yet unique way. And then time will take this all away, as usual, into the rear view mirror. Although I'm anxious about the future, I'd rather rip away all power from those who are doxing me and be done with this. They think they can intimidate or taunt me using my personal information. So you all better come up with something better than this, and I expect the pinata farms used against me to improve dramatically. I always expected this day would come. I'm not hard to find. So eat your heart outs, you doxing dumbasses. I've shared all the dirt there is on myself already, and it's right here on this very Rumble channel. If it needs to be addressed again, I have no problem with that. Even the tougher stuff is part of my testimony, and it all adds up on the painfully beautiful journey. So, what's next? Only God knows. But I do see my work expanding further into areas that seek to help others who suffer from the same things like depression, anxiety, panic attacks, substance abuse, etc. There's such a dire need in this mentally ill and spiritually deprived world. There's far too many Dorian Grays. Anyway, now you all can see the proof of my employment with Starbucks. And don't ask me what I was doing in that pic. I'm a nut. What can I say? The time working at a spa in Cannon Beach on the Oregon coast. I've shared some of the coastal pictures in the past and more to come. It's a beautiful place. A picture from my baptism with Barber Bob. I look forward to sharing more of that story. I can't find a pic of me in my youth corrections outfit. Probably one of many I've deleted from my life. But the story of Barber Bob and choosing him to baptize me starts there. And much, much more to come, God willing. So for those of you concerned about my well-being now, I do understand. But I trust this community will also provide me comfort and protection to a degree. And above all, it's all in God's hands. So let's move on to part 3, the unscripted finale. And then you get the avatar. No, in all serious though, I've scripted a lot of this just to make sure that I said some of the things that I wanted to say. I've been getting taunted with my personal information. That's never really been my concern. I've been trying to protect other people, but there's a lot of people that are giving out intel in this movement, and they are not showing who they really are. And I think that at this point, after all these years, is the least that they could do. Now, I'm not a guy bringing you intel, but for the sake of truth and transparency, let's get this icebreaker video out of the way and we'll move on from here. Sound good? All right, let's see if I matched up the avatar as well as I think I did. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird at first. I get it. Here, let me take off this background if I can figure out how to do this stuff. None. There we go. So here we are. This is where I do a lot of my work. I'm literally in the bed right now. I don't have a lot of room in this bedroom to really do a whole lot of I thought I got the avatar really good. I thought I got it really good, but I don't have a lot of room in here to like, put a desk and all this stuff and have all this Patriot stuff. I do got a nice samurai sword up on the wall, and I don't got a webcam. This is just MacBook Pro, but I did get like a little light to make it a little bit better because it's day right now, but eventually it gets dark in here and then you can't, it's too much shadows that is. So anyways, here we are. I don't expect any, big thing from this, but for all of you that have been on this channel, that have been here for some of you like almost a year or more, like this is it. And I appreciate you all so much. And I'm not gonna cry in this one because people are gonna already take lots of my photos and turn them into pinata farms and stuff. But I appreciate you all very much. And I want to do more on this channel than just call it the Grifters. It'll get kind of old here after a while, but at the same time, the things that they've done to people, it's not cool. And what's the worst that could happen? Wait, where did the lights go? Is someone there? Hello? Ugh. Chill out, you crazy conspiracy theorist. Oh man, this channel's way too small for anybody to care about offing me at this point. So yeah, it's weird because like I know where the camera's at, but I swear whenever I look right at it, I don't feel like the camera's getting me looking right at it. But it's like it's weird seeing myself here. So I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. All the grifters must be exposed. Positive vibes, brah. Something like that. Something like that. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things that I can do with editing, because I'm not just gonna, make a video and then I might make some. Might do like a little bit of a Sabrina Wallace style where I just come on and like just speak to the people and talk to you and tell you what's going on. It'll be a little bit less editing at times, so that'll help me in this work that I'm doing because I want to get back to hiking, man. I want to get back to yeah, I'll take you guys on the hike with me every once in a while or something if I can get back to it. Maybe we'll get some of that journey in here too. But this isn't all about me. I know I showed the Dorian Gray stuff, and that's just where I get my name. When I was growing up as a kid, I used to get teased because it wasn't very. I had never heard of another Dorian, and then it started showing up a little bit in movies.
Who the hell are you? I'm just the next employee who's come for his back pay. Or should I say paid back?
Dorian?
Kill him!
And it's a little bit more common now. I've only one time in my life met another Dorian, and it was actually a female, which is weird because most of the other ones that I've seen are men. I think there's like a bodybuilder, and there's obviously the movie characters and stuff, and then I think it was Scrubs, the TV series Scrubs.
Things rarely go exactly the way you want them to. So sometimes you make do with whatever you can get. Good night.
Night.
He's finally gone. Talk about making a big deal over nothing, you know? I mean, Dr. Dorian was fine, but he was no better than any other doctor.
For the record, he was the best that ever came through this dump. John Dorian was the first and only doctor I ever met who cared as much as I do. And you can forget about him being just an exceptional physician. Because the fact of the matter is, he's a damn exceptional person. That's why people gravitated to him. That's why I did. He was my friend.
Thank you, God. That
was beautiful.
Oh, God, no.
Dr. Dorian, that one. I never even really got into Scrubs, but I heard about it and I know of it. But anyways, so it's like it's not about me, but it's some of it has to be about me because what I want to do is, share from my testimony. And then the best way to do that is, share personal experiences and the hardships that people have gone through, like me, through addiction. And we'll see what this channel becomes, man. I hope I get more people on here because I don't want it to just be me on here. But I share a lot of people's material and other material. I'll do videos where I'm probably not going to even show myself because I really do just appreciate sometimes waking up and then just doing the work like I've been doing it. I don't like having to care about my appearance so much. Maybe I'll create a brand where I have razors that are like samurai swords. Because obviously I care about shaving my face. Wouldn't that be sick? Whatever. Especially not right now. I don't go out, in the public as much. Once I get more mobile and I can walk and stuff, but it's like plenty of pain in the hips, especially lower back still connected to the hips, down into the knees. This right shoulder, I'm getting really good with it. So I'm stoked where I'm at. But I hope it continues. And then coming this next spring, hopefully get out more and yeah, I'll take you guys with me because man, I love hiking. It's what I was doing a lot until this whatever. I don't want to get fully into that. Like I said, doesn't have to be all about me. But for the sake of truth and transparency, here we are. So it'll just be another video that goes away and is what it is, and then it'll just become regular and normal. Seeing me on the screen is probably pretty weird. I know that some of the other people that have been anonymous, like even Patriot Underground, when he first came out, it's kind of weird to see somebody. But then there's guys like Gene Decode and SG Anon. And yes, I know SG Anon has shown himself, blah, 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 blah. And all these guys, man, just really. Like for me, I wasn't giving any intel or telling you that I had military contacts, inside sources, and these mentors and all these people that they claim to have connections to. It's just we deserve more, and then for my part in this, it's time for me to come public and we'll have some fun. Someone said there was bodacious babes. Son, good. I have no head. Man, when am I gonna get to host this shit show? And yeah, I think I matched that avatar pretty well. But now it's gonna be this. So no need for the avatar, no need for all the other stuff. But God bless you all. Thank you again for being here, and much more to come. I look forward to catching you on the next one. Peace.